Tonight at 10:30. Now, an international row has blown up over an historic chart of Australia held at the Hydrographic offices in Taunton. The chart, dating from the early 1800s, is thought to be the first document ever to give the continent its name.
But an Australian campaign to claim it as their own has been rubbished over here. Our Somerset correspondent Clinton Rogers has been given unique access to the chart archives in Taunton to find out what the row is all about.
There is no way you can put a value on the heritage held here in the archives of the Hydrographic Office in Somerset. These are the original charts of the Normandy beaches used to plan the D-Day landings. And this is one of the earliest charts of Newfoundland, produced by the great British explorer Captain James Cook.
It's priceless. We can't even give it a marketable value. It's not in our gift to be able to even do so.
Careful as it goes then.
But it is this chart of Australia, produced by the British naval officer Captain Matthew Flinders in 1804, which is provoking an international row. When Captain Flinders produced this chart, everyone knew this continent as Terra Australis, but significantly, this is thought to be the first document ever to use the word Australia. The Australians therefore see it as their birth certificate, and that's why they want it. It's being called the Elgin Marbles of Australian history, and a group of Australian politicians and academics have begun a campaign to get their hands on it. But Somerset's former county historian says their argument is rubbish.
The Elgin Marbles are real things pinched from Greece, and in my view they perhaps ought to go back. But this chart was never pinched from Australia. It was actually compiled by an Englishman at the behest of Englishmen and taken back to England where it belonged.
Unsurprisingly, in this Australian bar in Bristol, well, they see it differently.
I think we should have it, definitely. If the tides were turned, we'd give it to you.
It's got our name on it, so it's ours.
Whatever the arguments, for now this unique document stays in the hands of the very organisation which commissioned it centuries ago. Clinton Rogers, BBC Points West at the Hydrographic Office in Taunton.
Now, before we go to the weather, a quick update on a story we did last week.
Yes,